I hear the H1N1 swine flu vaccine's made from platypus milk.
No. It was brought through a portal that only opens every 700 years.
My cousin sent me an email. Says it makes you susceptible to hypnotic suggestion.
Some folks believe anything. The swine flu vaccine is safe, effective, and you still need it. Learn more at Kentucky's Flu website. That way you can separate the fact from the fiction.
It was developed from secret alien technology found on the moon.
No one is saying any of that. We're having medical doctors on and the head of the EU Commission on who found that Big Pharma made hundreds of millions of payoffs to regulators in the EU, England, the United States, and Canada. That it is a dangerous vaccine that the German government and military wouldn't even take. In fact, pull that up. German military gets additive-free vaccine. We could pull up 31% of homeless given bird flu vaccine die. London Telegraph. I mean, the people are dying and getting sick. The Gardasil shot's killing masses of people. It's admitted it's killing people. The anthrax shots killed tons of our troops. The Pentagon even found that 9 years ago. They admitted it and stopped giving it. But no, we're space aliens. See, that's all they do. And they have the Southern Poverty Law Center gets up on TV and says, you believe in space aliens if, you believe there's a world government. Let's bring Jason Burmis in here, please. It's now time for him to be on. I wanted to sit back in this segment and the rest of the next segment to have Jason just read over the bill, because it seems like the mainstream media doesn't even know what's in this Cybersecurity Act. Then Ron Paul is coming up and talk right into that microphone, Burmis. Thank you. Jason's done a lot of research on this, and I meant to cover this yesterday. But, Jason, you've got the floor at the end of this segment, the next segment. So go over it for us.
Well, thanks so much, Alex. What's being set up here is not only a federal cybersecurity program, but also a localized cybersecurity program. And this kind of harkened back to you going to SeaWorld and talking about how you are going to be trained from kindergarten up to work on these little mindless computers and surveil everybody. And that's what this is. It literally states that they are going to have scholarships for K through 12 students. So you as a parent will get a note home for your fourth grader that Tommy is going to be in the Junior Computer Genius Society, and he's going to do a summer internship for the federal government. And it says in here to get these scholarships, and we all know everybody wants a scholarship. Everybody's going to need a grant. We're going into an economic depression, Alex, so everybody's going to clamor to these jobs. They're going to recruit the best and brightest to run the literal slave grid they've put into place. And what they're going to do is they're going to use front organizations. So they're going to use foundations, okay? They are going to use the smallest of businesses. In fact, they're targeting businesses with less than 100 people that they can't get under their thumb immediately with this bill, with, again, funding. And this also creates a society where if something is exposed, if they are exposed as illegally wiretapping, surveilling someone illegally, they can localize it. They can say, no, it's just this foundation front. It's compartmentalization all in this bill. It's nightmarish. And the guest you had on yesterday literally said he had not read this thing. They're going to put the entire internet under the control of the FCC and NIST. NIST, an organization that has now covered up what really happened at World Trade Center 1, 2, and 7 for over 8 years, Alex.
And with Barry Jennings, who was in Building 7 with the director of security and said there were bombs going off, the fire department told them they saw it happen. Then he mysteriously died very quickly. Now they're saying they have the recordings of these interviews, but they're not going to release them.
That's absolutely correct. In fact, this week, somebody got the response from their FOIA request to get the recordings of both Michael Hess and Barry Jennings from NIST's own investigation. They admitted in the documents, oh, these do exist, but they're exempt.
National security.
National security. Well, they give out the little, they don't actually say national security, they say the little subdivisions, so you have to go look up the clause, but there's 4 separate clauses on each one.
And they give this national security clause.
Yeah, absolutely. It's unbelievable to me that we would put NIST and the FCC in charge of the internet, that we would allow the federal government to come in.
And the new FCC head has said they will control the internet.
Oh, this is full of internet.
We'll start going over it quickly.
All right. So They're going to create a high-level panel that shall advise the president on matters relating to national cybersecurity program and strategy and shall assess trends and developments in cybersecurity science, research, and development, progress made in implementing the strategy, the way to revise the strategy, and at the very end, they say, whether societal and civil liberty concerns are adequately addressed. Nothing about the Constitution, nothing about the Bill of Rights, nothing about our inherent human rights to be able to live free in our persons and properties, Alex. Instead, they're going to address the societal and civil liberty concerns and make sure those concerns are adequately addressed. Folks, the Constitution and Bill of Rights are being ripped up and torn apart with this bill. Support of regional cybersecurity. So they're going to get into the business of your counties. It's not just going to be state and federal. Again, they're going after every major hub, all networks. This is total control of the internet. The regional centers are for the promotion and implementation of cybersecurity standards. Each center shall be affiliated with the United States-based nonprofit institution or organization. These are the front groups that they're going to be putting together, or consortium thereof that applies for and is awarded financial assistance under this section. Now, they're also going to standardize all software and hardware under NIST. The transfer of cybersecurity standards, process technology, and techniques developed in the National Institute of Standards and Technology to centers, and through them, small, medium-sized companies throughout the United States. It's everybody.
And you have to have a federally approved person in your business. Everything has to have government software running on it. They're totally taking over the infrastructure of the internet.
Absolutely, and that's why they want the K through 12 students, so that they can actually certify them while they're still in school and then recruit them immediately out of high school. Immediately.
All right, stay there. We only got 5 minutes left before Ron Paul comes up. Race through the actual subsections for people. This is the House version. The Senate is even worse. You got Senator Jay Rockefeller saying, quote, we would have been better off without ever inventing the internet. They want to censor it. Cass Sunstein at the White House is calling for that as well. Jason Burmis is our guest popping in. Ron Paul coming up, and your phone calls and a ton of other important news. Stay with us.